Hi friends, welcome to my channel SUNRAYS. Today we'll be discussing about National Investigation Agency. So it's a central agency. Before we go into the details of it, let us see few points about it. First of all, it was established in 2009 by the NIA Act 2008, so it is a statutory body. It's governed by Ministry of Home Affairs. The chief of NIA is Mr. Y.C. Modi, who is the Director General, and he has been appointed since 2017. Its headquarters is in New Delhi. Now let us look at the mandate of NIA. It is India's counter-terrorist task force. That is, it deals against terrorism and all terror-related crimes throughout India, that is across states, and it does not require any kind of special permission of the states. And it also sets standards of excellence in counter-terrorism and other national security-related investigations at the national level. That is, it deals with all crimes which are related to sovereignty, security, and integrity of India. It also aims to create deterrence to terrorists, that is, individuals and groups. So it not only deals with the offences or gives punishment or investigate cases related to individual terrorist or groups, but also it takes steps such that individual terrorism and terrorist organizations do not act or are unable to act in India. Okay. The investigation of all the cases are done by this agency independently. That is, they are an independent body, and after the investigation, the cases are placed before special court. So they have special court where the cases are dealt by the NIA are dealt with. So before going to what special court is or how is everything done here in NIA, let's move on to the next thing that is necessary to understand. That is the timeline. Why NIA was established, that is the need for its establishment. In 26/11, the terror attack took place in Mumbai. It was the deadliest attack by the terrorists that we have seen. And so the Indian government then thought of the special agency that is named as National Investigation Agency, but for which the National Investigation Agency Act 2008 was passed by the Parliament on 31st December 2008, and through this the NIA was established. But we have seen that since the Uri attack, and then in 2019 we have seen the Pulwama attack that took place, have brought out a few lacunae which were to be taken care of by the NIA, and for which NIA had to be empowered. So we will see a few of the special focus areas that the NIA 2019 amendment brought about. In 2008 and 2019, there were, between these two, there were three kinds of areas that were specially focused at. First is the offences outside India. In 2008, the NIA Act investigated and prosecuted offences which took place only within India, but in 2019, it widened the scope of jurisdiction of NIA. That is, NIA could now investigate offences that were committed outside India but subject to international treaties, domestic laws of other countries. And only the NIA Special Court in New Delhi could preside over such cases. That is, jurisdiction was only NIA New Delhi. Now, it has also widened the scope of law. As in, it could, 2008 Act initially said that it could investigate and prosecute offences that were specified in the schedule. That is, there is a schedule in the Act which specifies a list of offences under which the NIA can take its action. Among those lists, there are few acts like the Atomic Energy Act 1962, Unlawful Activities Prevention Act of 1967, and also the Anti-Hijacking Act of 1982. So three acts: Atomic Energy Act 1962, Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 1967, which has now been again amended in 2019, and the Anti-Hijacking Act of 1982. Apart from this, there are many other offences also. Some sections are there related to IPC. Okay, so but in 2019, along with these legislations or these acts or the offences that are present, that were initially present in 2008 Act, few other cases were also included. like offenses were also included, like human trafficking, counterfeit currency or banknotes. Then we have manufacture and sale of prohibited items, cyber terrorism, and also offenses under the Explosive Substances Act of 1908. These additionally, all these five offenses were also included in NIA schedule. That means NIA can now investigate all the cases or offenses related to all these five acts. So these are in relation to the sovereignty, security and integrity of India. So there one should notice one thing, that is human trafficking. Others you can say, you can by seeing that National Investigation Agency, it deals with terrorism, and since terrorism is somewhere related between counterfeit currency, banknotes, manufacture sale of prohibited items, cyber terrorism, offences under Explosive Substances Act, these are somewhat relevant if you see in the option. But human trafficking is something that might not automatically come to you, but you should also remember that human trafficking is also one of the cases that have been included in NIA schedule. Now, cyber terrorism is in section 66F of Information Technology Act, but the word cyber terrorism is not mentioned there, as we know. And in India also, we do not have any kind of data protection, but the cyber terrorism is included in NIA. The third one is the special courts. Let us understand about special courts. So special courts was already established by the National Investigation Act of 2008. So the act already mentioned about special courts, as in all the investigations that NIA would be doing would be going to the special courts. So there are many branches in India for the special court, of which the NIA has the headquartered in New Delhi. Now, for the scheduled offences, the trial of NIA, the trial of scheduled offences is done in special courts. In 2019, what it did, central government was empowered to designate the sessions court as special courts for trial of scheduled offences. Now, where do we find these sessions courts? Session courts are there in district. Every district has a sessions court. So here, central government must consult rather, not can. Before designating any session court as a special court, the central government must consult with the Chief Justice of the High Court under which the sessions court is functioning. But when more than one court is designated in a particular area, so the senior most judge will distribute the cases among the courts. That means in a particular area, if there is more than one court, which cases to go in which court will be decided by the senior most judge there. Here we have to note one thing, that is state governments can also designate special courts. That is, any sessions court could be designated as a special court by the state government as well. Right, so this was all about the changes that were brought, or rather the amendment that was brought in the NIA Act of 2008 to empower the NIA so that they can work more efficiently and more effectively in stopping terrorism throughout India and upholding the sovereignty, security and integrity of India. Okay, this was all. Thank you. See you again.